8-year assault on your Second Amendment freedoms has come to a crashing end. I like taking the guns early. Take the guns first, go through due process second.
Well, I say go fuck yourself. Then ask a question, could I kill a man? I would enjoy myself. You can't disguise evil eyes that burn up my head. This devil man and his master plan. We feel so misled, so I say, rise up, take all back. Rise up, take it all back. Rise up. Hope you all understand. We got to take it all back again.
These people are not going to take it any longer. We will never give up. We will never concede. Our country has had enough. We will not take it anymore. But you have to go home now. We have to have peace. So go home. We love you. You're very special. But go home and go home in peace. The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defiled the seat of American democracy. You do not represent our country. And to those who broke the law, you will pay.
Let's try this. There we go. I fixed it. Woohoo! What up, Gerald's already in the chat. What up, Gerald? How you doing?
Hey, pretty good. What's up?
Just trying to get all this figured out again. I finally figured it out, though, where I don't have to move a window over my window. Now, I believe. Oh, hold up.
Yeah, we're both on.
Yeah. No, I'm still working out the kinks. Let's just put it that way. It's exciting though. I think this is going to be a lot easier once I get all the kinks worked out.
Yeah.
But I had audio issues at the first. Let's see. There we go.
We got hammered with about a foot of snow.
A foot? That ain't too bad.
Yeah, 12, 13 inches. They said anywhere from 12 to 18 we could get, but now overnight, just a few flurries. It was funny. Broken Patriot was saying, "What's going on with this cold? It's 37 degrees." I said, "Hey, I'll trade my weather with you. We're going to get a foot or more snow today."
Well, this is when Arizona people or people in the Southwest like myself like to be real dicks. I mean, we really love to just rub the salt in. And we'll say we're rubbing the salt, like the salt that's on the roads out there, because we ain't got none of that around here. So we just love digging that in. But then we always take the payback in the summer on, oh, yeah, it's nice. Oh, it's so hot. It's like 90 degrees. And bitch, it's 115. Yeah.
Yeah, but yours is a dry heat.
Yeah. That's what we try to come back with. That's our sad, lame excuse. Yeah, I know, but it's a dry heat, right? I mean, come on, I ain't sweating. Well, the sweat works anyway.
My grandparents used to live in Phoenix, and when they come up here on vacation in the summertime, he said they couldn't handle it down there anymore. It was getting too damn hot. So they drive cross country, come up here to Maine, visit with the family and everything. And they bring back little newspaper clippings like somebody come out of a gym from working out, collapsed on the sidewalk, had third-degree burns on their ass or something like that.
Well, I don't know. When I was a kid, I don't know if they do it anymore because I don't really watch the local news that much. But when I was a kid growing up, it was every single summer they'd be frying an egg on the sidewalk.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at this egg. We're cooking it on the sidewalk. Well, yeah, I know it's hot. I'm not putting my bare ass on the pavement. I mean, I ran around without shoes on, so I know how hot asphalt gets in the summer around here. Right? You got to run from one shaded spot to another.
Move quick.
As fast as you can, yeah. What up, Zeus? How you doing? Zeus is in the chat.
Hey,
We do have a hard time with the chat still. I haven't figured out how to replace the chat. But basically what I've done here is I have cheaped out on paying StreamYard any money. Because in order to stream, it used to be you could stream a certain amount of hours on StreamYard a week for free. But now they've blocked it all behind a paywall. Before, you could stream a certain amount of time, and then if you pass that time, they wouldn't let you stream unless you got the Prime membership. And I remember Irish had to get the Prime membership because he was streaming every morning for an hour doing the morning muster. And so he eventually got it. And now they don't even let you do that. So I just use OBS and 2 cameras, and it's working. Pretty proud of that.
You watching the stuff that's going on up in Canada?
The truckers, I saw a little bit about it a couple of days ago, but I am behind on the news on that.
It's spreading like crazy.
Really?
Yep.
More and more are doing it.
They had another one's going in Manitoba, another one's starting up in Quebec. They've got one at the Alberta-Montana border.
I thought this was a small fringe group from Trudeau. It's growing now, huh?
It's growing pretty quick. And now they got the farmers in on it.
Really?
Yeah, because they had one of the highways kind of blocked off to the trucks, so they couldn't make it into the protest area, thinking they were smart. Farmers came through with their tractors and made a road right around the barricades for the trucks to go through. Then they called a bunch of tow trucks to come get the trucks.
Well, man, I wouldn't have expected that out of Canadians, but I can't complain. I'm like, okay, all right.
Then they called a bunch of tow trucks to come in and haul them off. Tow trucks all showed up, parked amongst the trucks, and said, "Fuck you, we're not hauling these trucks. We're joining them."
Oh, damn.
Ottawa, the mayor called every tow truck company they could find in the area to come up and clear the trucks out of this around away from Parliament and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't find any tow truck companies to do it. They were all closed due to COVID.
Oh, damn. Oh, then that just turn around and bite you in the ass.
Well, at least that's what they told him when they
Oh,
called.
okay, I get it.
They're protesting the shutdown mandates and everything that's going on.
Yeah. Well, they wanted truckers to wear masks while they're in their trucks. I'm like, are you kidding me? They're by themselves. It's getting ridiculous, the authoritarianism.
It's like, who are they going to give it to, themselves?
And you've been keeping on that whole ATF and redefining whatever they wanted to redefine anytime they want to redefine it.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I don't know. It's the one freaking amendment that said don't fuck with it. And yet that's what they do.
That's the one they're fucking with the most.
And
Well,
you notice how nobody really talks about why the Second Amendment was first put in place in the first place, right? They always talk about hunting or self-defense. It's for self-defense or hunting. That's even Fox will talk about hunting or self-defense.
I thought there was something about you may have to use it even against your own government if they become tyrannical.
That's the whole reason it was there. But nobody, not even Fox is talking about that. Every once in a while you get one guest that'll say something, but they usually try to talk it around it pretty quick.
Oh, that's why they don't have Ted Nugent on anymore.
Yeah, I know, right?
I had to let the dogs in.
Well,
They're all smoking.
I'd imagine it's kind of cold out there.
This one wants to go out.
Somebody ain't happy.
Got dogs everywhere.
How many dogs you got?
5. And there's not really a small one amongst about, well, you might call Cookie small. She's about 45 pounds. So ain't a mother. But the other 3 are over 100.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my dog's over 100 pounds. She's fat.
Well, Boo, I think last time we had him at the vet, he was at 140.
Damn. That's a small adult.
Yeah.
That's a
Now,
lady.
if he had just an ounce of attitude, he'd be king in the house. But I think he's the most dormant one in the house.
Right? The gentle giant.
Yep. When he was younger, he did have a habit of killing little kittens. But I don't think he did it intentionally. It's like they'd be playing, all of a sudden the big paw right down on him, and kitten done and over with.
That's not good. Oh, and then let's see what else is going on. Oh, the whole title of this chat, this whole thing with Russia is going to create a false flag in the Ukraine, but we're going to just take this guy's word for it because of reasons. Well, where's the evidence? Well, I'm giving it to you right now, is what he said, I think.
Well, Russia says they're just doing their regular yearly war games. They said they've got no intent of taking the Ukraine.
Yeah, well, we all know what's going on. Is the real false flag is going to be that the U.S. is setting Russia up. Ukraine will attack first, and then Russia will say that they were provoked, and then that'll give us every reason to get in there. That's exactly what they're doing.
Well, I'm thinking of it. Russia and China are getting pretty friendly, and China's been wanting to take Taiwan back.
Yeah.
Wouldn't this be the perfect timing? Russia flinches a little bit. Everybody goes after Russia. They're all over there doing that. China just walks in, takes Taiwan. It's done and over with.
Yep. Not to mention, I believe China and Russia will probably join forces if they need to.
Oh, they will.
As he says, I've seen light pillars the other night. It was neat. Where? What light pillars and where? I know the 9/11 memorial that goes on, but those are the only light pillars I know of.
But it's hard to say if Russia and China will join up together.
Neither one of them likes that the world economy is the gold standard when it comes to oil.
True,
Right.
but
They both owe, or we both owe them debt, right?
Russia just made some huge freaking dealings with India,
Oh, yeah.
and India don't like China at all.
No. Snow and ice. Oh, yeah. Falling made the light into pillars shooting up. Yeah, I do remember that. I do remember driving in snow or being in snow way too damn much. I'm glad not to be in it, but I'm sure I might be in it again at some point.
Oh, they want to see some snow? We'll show them some
Yeah.
snow.
How do you measure your snow, Gerald? Feet.
What? Let's see. I had the truck cleaned off a little while ago when I went to the store.
Right. How often do you get snowed in where you can't even leave your property?
Never.
Oh, okay. That's not bad. I thought,
I got full wheel drive and aggressive tires.
okay. Oh, yeah, you got to have the vehicle for the job.
Yeah. Come on, Princess.
I'd be snowed in until I got said vehicle because I don't got no 4-wheel drive right now. I got a city truck. Not even a 4x4. Wish it was.
Like I said, we got just a little bit of snow out there.
Just a little bit. Don't you have more coming from this storm?
Yeah, say just overnight flurries. We might pick up another inch or two.
Yeah, another inch or two ain't nothing.
Yeah, basically. And then Monday and Tuesday, we got more snow coming. They don't know how much yet. It depends on how far out to sea this one goes.
Wow.
Well, I just had to pay the plow guy yesterday for 4 plows last month. Now I'm going to start off this month with a plow. And that's $40 a trip.
Yeah, the other night we had to cover our plants because it got below freezing once for an hour or so.
Yeah. For an hour or so.
Yeah, well, it really does damage your plants around here, but
Oh,
mostly around here. I mean, it's year-round growing. It's almost year-round growing around here.
yeah, but it was kind of funny the way you put it. We had to cover the plants up because it got below freezing for an hour or so.
Yeah. Seriously.
Last week it didn't get above freezing.
Yeah, no, I get it. There were some times where it wouldn't get above 0 for crying out loud, let alone freezing.
Exactly.
Freezing was warm. You go outside like, oh, it's so warm out here. I almost want to put on sandals and flip-flops. Or flip-flops.
Well, yesterday it warmed up to like 41 or 42.
Right?
It's like, hey, where's the shorts? This is nice.
Yeah. See the snow starting to melt. You're like, oh, I could deal with more than this. Maybe Pixatani Phil was full of shit.
Nah, we always know, no matter what he says, we've got at least another 6 weeks.
All right, yeah.
Usually more like 8. Like I said, April here is still a winter month.
You get to see the Northern Lights where you're at a lot?
Not a lot, but every now and then.
Yeah, we got to see him a couple times when I lived in Wisconsin. It was the first time was amazing. I was like, it wasn't the greatest view. It wasn't like you see, on TV for Alaska. I would imagine Alaska's a lot nicer, but I'm living we were in a small city, so you got city lights, kind of dimming it down, but like, what the fuck is the green over there? And then
what sucks over here is every time you see on the news or something, there's going to be some awesome northern lights.
Mm-hmm.
It's cloudy as fuck out.
Yeah. Sucks.
So you don't get to see nothing through the clouds.
That is something I'd still like to do before I go. Is I want to go to Alaska and see the Northern Lights from Alaska. I think that'd be cool.
That would be cool.
Just like
Well,
a road trip up there. It'd be cool too.
I've wanted to go to Alaska on a hunting fishing trip.
There you go. Hell yeah.
You got moose, caribou, salmon.
Yeah, it would be fun.
Arctic char, which we have here in Maine.
It's a hell of a well, I guess it's not too far of a drive if you go the other well. That's a long trip, bro.
It's still a long fucking trip.
You have to fly, I think. It's just
Trans-Canada Highway would take you damn near a week and a half.
yeah, I would imagine.
Because you figure my grandfather said it took even 4.5 days to drive from Arizona to here.
Yep. That sounds about right. It took me 2.5 to go from here to Wisconsin. Although I made it from Indiana back to Arizona in a day and a half because I took power naps. I wanted to get home. That was a long trip. Away from the wife the whole damn time. Ugh. Never again.
Yeah,
Probably.
Well, my grandmother died like 2 weeks after me and the wife got married. And my grandfather died about a month later. They lived in a trailer park there in Phoenix. They owned a couple of trailers that they rented, and
so they retire down here or what?
Yeah, they used to live in Connecticut, and my grandfather worked for the town in Marlboro, ran the dump for years and years and years, and they had a raised ranch that was like right next to it, and they had like 17 acres with it and shit, and sold it all, and they moved to Arizona. My grandfather said something pissed him off in Arizona, so they went to Florida for a while.
Oh yeah.
They lived in Florida about 5 or 6 years, and then they moved back to Arizona.
Humidity and hurricanes, dude. And we don't have that. We don't have that here. Or alligators. We don't have alligators. I mean, we got rattlesnakes, but if you live in a decent part of the city, you don't see rattlesnakes in the city very often. I mean, it's pretty hard to miss a rattlesnake coming into the city, so there's only so many places.
That's the advantage of living in the cities around here in the summertime and springtime. You don't have nearly as many mosquitoes as you got out here in the woods.
Yeah, I bet. Less water.
No,
and we have more mosquitoes in the city because, well, they have a lot of artificial water and lakes and ponds and all that.
Well, hell, we got the Penobscot River runs right between Bangor and Brewer. That's pretty deep, pretty wide. Kenduskeag Stream flows right down through the middle of Bangor, dumps into the Penobscot River.
Yeah, but your version of a lot of mosquitoes and my version of a lot of mosquitoes are way different. I would imagine your lot of mosquitoes would terrify my ass, and I would need to buy a stock of beet, like off or whatever. Yeah, I'd have to buy a stock and beet. Or deep.
I went to the Benz.
Yeah.
The little orange cans and bottles. Works better than the Deep Woods off ever thought of. You gotta step out in the snow here.
Yeah. Oh, it's been a long week, man. Hope everybody else's week is going pretty well. Walter Davis, what is up, Walter Davis? How are you doing? How's the weather near you? You got a lot of work to do still? I would imagine. Oh, I don't know. I don't want to assume. How is your job in the winter other than cold? Walter Davis always doing something interesting.
Is it all winter jobs cold?
No, road construction in Arizona right about now is like the best time to do it. They actually do it in the day.
Yeah.
They do road construction during the day now.
See, up here they do 90% of the road construction during the day.
Yeah. For us, it's only during the winter months, and then in the summer months they do all the road construction at night because it's too damn hot. You
Well,
got to
like,
think it's 115 outside. How hot is it when you're pouring asphalt? You know what I mean?
well, when you're spreading asphalt, the temperature's got to be 33 and rising. Ground can't be frozen.
Nope.
So if you need 33 and rising, that pretty much cuts us out from
Mm-hmm.
mid-November till middle of May.
Well, and I would imagine springtime is the best time for road construction there because you want it to set pretty good before the winter so that you got to salt it, you know.
Well, like you said, the state roads and stuff, they can start paving in May, and they can pave right up till like the middle of November. But you take the city streets and shit like that, the garbage they put down for pavement on that, they'll go in like October, 1st of November, work on city streets.
Hey, Biker Bob is in the chat. What up, Biker Bob? What's your opinion on all this Canadian bullshit with the truckers? Walter Davis is
Canadianism.
all right. Walter Davis is saying hello to everybody in the chat. What up?
Hey, Walter.
Let's block out the sunset in Montana. Thought it was birds. What? So Zeus said he saw a dark blackout of the sunset in Montana. He thought it was birds. It ended up being mosquitoes. And they were $50 in size. Holy shit. What kind of Jumanji shit did you walk into?
Little ones.
Little ones?
Little ones.
I'll trade you cockroaches for mosquitoes.
I seen one standing flat. I seen one standing flat-footed down the end of my driveway last year, fucking a rough grouse.
Walter says he was pouring a concrete floor in a basement this week. Wow.
That's always fun. I've got to do that one of these days.
I never laid concrete. I've seen it done. I've been around it. I've helped it, but I've never, like as an adult, mixed my own concrete and poured it or even had somebody else pour it for me yet.
Well, I built the forms for the house and everything and called up the cement company and said, hey, I need 14 yards of cement at this address on this date, and here's the money for it.
How do you measure a yard? Is it a cubic yard? Is it like 3 feet high and 3 feet wide, kind of like a cubic foot?
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
So you get 9 cubic feet in a yard.
All right, yeah. I mean, you don't pour a foot thick concrete, though, right? It's usually less than that.
Actually, my footing is 16 inches thick.
Really?
Yep.
So it's like a half a yard. So if you do like 3 yards, you're really getting like 6 yards worth of floor.
Well, actually, it goes all the way around the house. So
yeah,
it's 2 feet wide, 16 inches thick. Goes 24 feet one way and 32 feet the other way.
Huh.
Because the house is 24 by 32 and footing goes all the way around it. And then I've got a couple of places where I built the slab on from my oil drum, my boiler, the hot water heater. The rest of it's pretty much a gravel floor down there still.
Wait, Biker Bob says, I love it. Been thinking of joining to border protests in Alberta. MSM is reporting the police are scared. The truckers and farmers are armed. Ooh. Wow. Would you have expected it from Canada? I know I didn't.
I didn't either, but hey, more
I'm
power
proud of it.
to
Hell
them.
yeah, man.
I'm proud of them.
That's great.
And And they're starting to get some protesters from the United States showing up the Canadian border with Canadian flags on their truck, kind of supporting the Canadians.
Nice. Shut it all down. Isn't that how they like to protest? Is in the streets here to shut down traffic? Well, shit. Have the truckers block a highway for a while. What up, Tony? Tactical Tone is in the house. Dude, I texted your ass.
Like I said, I love it when the officials are calling the tow trucks to come get those trucks out of the way, and the tow trucks show up and join the trucks and say, "We're not hauling them. We're with them."
And there we go. Ooh.
And doggy barked, telling me the other dog wants back in.
So what am I? Alberta is our Texas. Well, Texas. If you're talking about sticking it to the government, I'm guessing. Yeah. Texas is definitely in the news mostly about that for sure. There's a few other states that are kind of doing it, but none are as more in the news. Florida's doing it. Arizona's kind of doing it. I mean, our governor's a little wishy-washy, but right now he's at least kind of going against the main thing. We'll see how much that keeps going. I mean, apparently now they're trying to redefine the upper and the lower, what makes a gun, and trying to end a whole bunch of other. Never fucking ends.
Don't forget, they're also trying to say the trigger makes a gun a machine gun.
Yeah. Or that piece of metal with a drawing on it that CRS Firearms got arrested for. What the absolute F are they trying to get away with?
For having an auto key card. Well,
no, for selling it. They're getting him on conspiracy because he sold a legal product at the time that had a drawing on it, and they've deemed that a drawing. I'm going to make a Hawaiian T-shirt or a Hawaiian shirt with auto key cards all over it. Is that now a machine gun? Are you going to argue my shirt is a machine gun now? You know what I mean? We're crying out loud. Shit is ridiculous.
But another part of his charges were setting up a GoFundMe page for the guy from.
Yeah, and now people are setting up GoFundMe's to help him, right? They all did. Yeah. He got bailed out. He's out of prison now. Now, is everybody that helped him get out going to be a co-conspirator too? I mean, it's becoming ridiculous to the point where the common person is like, this is not right.
Exactly.
And you got the Secretary of Defense, was it? That oh no, State Department. The State Department claiming that Russia's planting the false flag and providing no proof. Oh, the proof? I'm giving you the proof. You're telling me what it is, but you don't provide any intelligence. Well, this is it. Well, you said you declassified it? Yeah, we declassified it. Well, where is it? I'm giving it to you. What kind of who's on first bullshit is this?
You got to remember, it's the Biden administration trying to feed you this. Just like they're trying to feed you it was an upright, legit election.
Yeah, well, we don't want to talk about that too much now. Come on.
But I'm just saying.
Truckers know there are not enough tow trucks in the country. We like God, guns, and big fucking trucks. I'm all for it. I wouldn't say all Canadians like guns. There's enough of them that don't. That keep you guys without them. You guys got plenty of libtards like we do.
I try not to live in areas with a bunch of libtards.
Yeah. My wife works with a guy who is a conservative that lives in Boston, Massachusetts. And the first thing I can think of is like, why the fuck are you living in Boston, Massachusetts?
He feels mighty alone there.
Yeah. Same thing with anybody that lives in California like that. I got quite a few friends actually that live in California that are gun people, and I get it. You know, it is where you're at. Maybe you got family there. Maybe you got ties there. You know, you can't just move away.
Massachusetts is almost as bad as New York, but not quite. Because in Massachusetts, you got to go out and get a firearms ownership card before you can even buy a firearm. You got to have that
That
card.
FOID card.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have that in Illinois. See, Biker says city folks. For me, I'm I'm in the city now, but I was born and raised in the country, and I've lived in the country recently, and I want to get back to the country. But yeah, city is convenient, right? If you don't have a down payment or good credit or entire payment in cash, which I don't have either three of those, well, it is what it is. I got to live in the city until I do.
Well, it's like with Massachusetts gun rules, nothing over 10 rounds capacity.
Were the Teamsters in Canada before? Because I mean, Walter, you can't read the chat. Let me read it. Walter Davis says this would be the right time for the Teamsters to take over trucking again. I don't know if they were in control in Canada or not. I've heard of them here in America, but
They could have been, because it was the International Teamsters Union.
okay. I never really looked into the Teamsters too much. I just know that Jimmy Hoffa was a part of it, and that didn't end well for him, most likely.
Yeah, but they paid well and great benefits.
Yeah, I bet. If you don't mind going missing once in a while. I carried a pistol in the courthouse last Monday.
You just got to stay in the legit side of the business. Just drive the loads and keep your mouth shut.
Yeah. Don't ask what's in the back.
Well, most of it's drop and hook anyway.
Oh, Zeus found one of our keywords that do a little stream element fun thing in chat when you trigger one of the keywords. Nugs had a lot of time, had a lot of fun setting that all up. Let's see, I forget what all of them are.
Let's see. We had the one about Wheels Carhartt fanny pack. Link to order that.
Let's see. Oh, there's the private chat. That's where I should be doing this. Anyway. Zeus carried a pistol in his courthouse last Monday with no issue. I don't remember where Zeus is located. Sorry for my memory. I used to be able to do that for a long time. Now, at least here in the city, they have a metal detector, obviously. They have a place, though, for you to store your gun because, I don't know why, but if you have a gun on you, they have a place for you to take your gun and put it in one of their storage lockers. You get a little ticket and the key, right? You present the ticket and the key when you're done. They give you your gun back. You walk out. So at least they're checking everybody, right? I'm not going to go in there and get shot up by a crazy person, most likely, unless they grab a police officer's gun. But
I'll tell you how freaking bad they are here. I had my mom's car went to the courthouse. On her car, she's got a 44 Magnum fucking thing on her key ring. 44 Magnum bullet on the key ring. So there's no primer in it. There's no gunpowder in it. It's just a freaking key ring.
yeah.
Oh, they threw a fit at the fucking federal building.
I have some of those, yeah. Just
for having that on the key ring. I said, hell, it's my mom's car, for Christ's sakes.
Zeus says he went through the metal detector. Wait, now, Zeus, I gotta ask now, was it perfectly legal for you to be there, or were you just being a free person? Because if that's the case, they have a security problem for sure if it's not picking up that. And if they allow you to go in there, that is badass. I don't know many places that would allow that, or at least, say they allow that.
Well, here when you go into even the district court building, they make you empty your pockets, throw it in a little bucket, and they run that through the scanner. They ask you outright if you got any weapons on you before you even attempt to
Oh
go
yeah,
through it.
you can say no if you think you can walk through it.
You walk through it, and half the time when you walk through it, it goes off anyway.
Yeah.
And then they come over with the wand and check you down. And there's no way you're gonna be walking through there real quick with it.
It's allowed on the first floor. A lot of people don't know it, but well, I don't know if depending on the state, right? I don't know where you guys, all your laws where you guys are, but here in Arizona, it's perfectly legal to walk into the airport with a firearm. You just can't go past security.
Yeah, that's the way it is here.
So, all the time I'll be like going to get my daughter. Yeah, I'm packing the whole damn time. And I do think though, if like I wouldn't open carry though, because if you open carry, that's just asking for, to get hassled, if not escorted out of there. I don't, even though it's technically legal, it's not one of those things that I would push, and I don't think anybody pushes because there's no reason to push it. You know what I mean? Luckily, we don't have any Second Amendment nut jobs out there, protesting open carry at the airport. But
Well, we got a few running around it, and then they vote him into office.
right, Zeus didn't have to empty his pockets.
Well, I finally broke down and bought a box.
Of what? Oh, seven. Yeah. How much did that box cost you?
$23.13.
Oof. $1 around or more, like $1.13 around.
Yep. And those used to be $10 a box, 10, $11 a box.
Yikes. I've been seeing it in stock on the pallets around me. I just don't remember what the price was. I don't think it was anywhere close to that. I think it was like $12 or $13 or something like that a box.
Oh, like I said, it used to be 10, $11, but now it's gone up to, and that was Walmart prices. I just don't like the full metal jacket, but I figured I can sight my gun in with that.
You can get a little, at least close. Yeah, you can get it close.
Get it somewhat close enough so I'd only take 2 rounds of soft point to finish sighting it in.
Yeah. So hunting season still going on around you?
The only thing open right now is rabbits. Or rabbits,
Yeah.
fox, and bobcat.
You get a lot of bobcat up there?
Yeah, we got a shitload of bobcat up here.
Hmm.
We even got Canadian lynx up here.
I guess that'd be pretty.
Yeah, but you can't shoot them. You do, you get in all kinds of trouble.
No, I don't. Yeah, no, I just like to see one in the wild, to be honest. I don't know. I'm weird like that. I would like to hunt for the food, but I don't hunt because I want to, have for the sport. I'm not a sport hunter. So if I kill it, I'm gonna eat it.
That's why I've been fussy about what I shoot for a deer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to shoot some big 30 pointer that goes 265, 300 pounds. I want to shoot a small little 4-pointer that goes about 115. Because that little 4-pointer that goes 115 is going to be fairly tender compared to that old bastard that's going to be chewy as hell.
Yeah. You only get so many tags now. Don't want to waste them.
Well, like I said, I've shot a couple of huge deer in my time, and I'd have been better off just grinding them all into hamburger, even for the back straps. They were so tough.
Are they extra gamey too?
Not really. The gaminess, believe it or not, a lot of it comes from when you're hanging it with the hide on.
Okay.
Now, with me, the first thing I like to do when I get home with it, when I'm hanging them, is skin them out, get that hide right off of them. Rinse them out really good, get as much blood out of them as you can.
All right.
And that tames the gaminess way down. And moose isn't really gamey.
Never had moose.
Have you tried bison?
Yeah. We have bison and everything around here because you can actually legally hunt them. It's a process, but you you can technically hunt or get a license to hunt a buffalo,
Oh, well, I've
a
had
bison.
bison burgers and I've had moose burgers and compared them side by side, and you really can't tell the difference in taste.
No. Well, the same almost with ground beef. Like we went to my local butcher and we got like prime fucking buffalo steak. Right? We're
Yeah.
like, oh hell yeah, we're gonna try this buffalo steak, and I cooked it, and it was great. It was wonderful, cooked it great, but it didn't taste anything different than regular steak to me. Not enough to make up for the difference in price. I'll tell you that
No.
much. I'm like, you know what? For that price, I'm just gonna eat regular steak. Fuck this.
Well, you know, like you said, comparing like the bison to the moose and shit, it had about the same gaminess.
Mm.
So I'm figuring the steaks were probably about the same as gaminess too. See, my wife will eat moose meat. She loves it. As far as deer meat goes, I'm the only one here at the house that eats it unless Jenny and the kids show up because her kids all love it.
Chicken fried elk sounds good right now, says Zeus.
Elk's something I've never got to try.
I've had elk. My family lives up in, well, my family from my mother's side lives up in Idaho, and they're all cattle ranchers. And so the last time I went up there, I think it was like 2018, 2017, but my uncle Kenny gave me a whole bunch of his elk because he's a volunteer sheriff and firefighter. And so he gets tags for being a landowner. He gets tags for being the sheriff. He gets tags for being a firefighter. So he gets all these fucking tags. He's got them coming out of his ears. And he sends me home with, I swear to God, a cooler, like a full on igloo, big cooler of just deer, freaking elk, all sorts of different kinds of game.
I can remember I went up north, to the northern part of the state, to visit some relatives and stuff with my mom and dad back when I was a kid. And this was before we even thought of having a moose season in this state. Back then, shooting a moose, you'd get in more trouble than you would for shooting a person.
Really? They were
Yeah.
protected back before
They were
that?
protected back before they didn't start hunting them again until like 82.
Was the population dwindling too bad before that?
Yeah, I guess they almost wiped them out back in the late 20s and 30s.
Oof. I'm hoping at some point we'll have buffalo roaming the way we used to, man. It's not. I mean, I like buffalo meat. I'll eat it. I'd hunt it. But at the same time, I would love to see buffalo roaming again. That would be amazing.
See, now to get a moose permit, it's by a lottery drawing.
Yeah, same with bison around here.
Yeah, and they only give out between like 3,000 and 5,000.
They give out
One year they gave out like 6,500 permits.
I forget how many they give out here in Arizona for bison, but it's not a lot. It's only very, very few. Once you win that lottery and you get that tag, you only get one bison. You have to use a muzzle loading 50 cal. And once you won that lottery, you can never enter that lottery again. That's a one in a lifetime opportunity here.
See here, once you get drawn, you can't get drawn again for 3 years.
It's not too bad, but yeah, but you kill a moose, man. How much meat does a moose have in pounds on average? I mean, that's got to fill a freezer for a minute.
I didn't actually get a weight of what it weighed deboned, but we had we had a chest freezer that was 6 feet long, and we had another one that was about 4 feet long, and we filled both of those. We filled the freezer and the side-by-side refrigerator. I gave my dad 2 of the old paper grocery bags.
Right.
That was about that full of meat from the moose. And a buddy of mine, one of those bag of meat from the moose. Because I didn't have no more freezer room. And that was only half the moose. because I split the moose with a friend of mine that I went hunting with.
So the lesson here is if you do get the lottery for the moose, you better have some friends that help you with that meat because everybody's gonna be eating good.
You better have a lot of freezer room.
Yeah. Well, for me, I'd can a lot of it, to be honest.
Yeah, but
As much as
what
I
are you
could.
going to do with it in the meantime while you're working at canning it?
Well, you're freezing it, yeah, for sure. You're refrigerating it, you're canning it, you're freezing it, you're using it, and hopefully you got some buddies. I ain't saying I'm going on it myself. Shit, I don't even want to hunt it myself. I'd rather just be one of your friends that you're like, hey, you want some moose meat? I'm like, yeah, I'll take some.
Well, the way it works up here is you put somebody down as your co-hunter,
Yeah,
so you got two. Either one of you can shoot it.
but it's
You
still
will
one
shoot-
tag, but either
It's
one.
still the one tag, but either one of you can shoot it.
All right.
Like, say you got the tag and you had me down as a co-hunter. Now you could say, hey, go ahead and shoot it.
Right on.
You'd have to be there because we got to be within sight of each other.
Right.
to
That's
make
kind
sure
of
we're
funny.
not-
Like that happens. Like, is that on every hunting permit or no?
That's just the moose hunt, but you have to put that person's name on the permit application when you apply for it.
Because I mean, really, what's to stop you from going out and hunting a deer and just letting your boys shoot it instead of telling anybody? And yeah, I shot it. But really, the boy shot it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, like I
I'm
said,
sure
you can
people
always
do that
put-
all the damn time.
Like on our moose hunt, they say it can be a dangerous animal.
Yeah, for sure.
If you wound it just right and you're going after it, well, then you're going after a wounded critter that could stomp a mud hole in you in a hurry.
Yep. Walter just got home. All right, Walter, thank you very much for joining us. Have a great night. Hopefully we'll see you next week or next time. I do stream on Wednesdays now over on my channel. I look forward to seeing you, dude. Have a great night. Yeah, I don't know. There's just so much going on. I was like, man, I was gone for like 2 weeks without anything.
Yeah.
And everything felt as shit. And I'm like, well, shit, I got to get back on.
Well, you said last week when you sent me the message that we were going to have the chat this Wednesday, but you
Right.
said you still might open the Dragon last Friday.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I skipped on it. And I apologize. I really do. I should have kept my word on that, but it just wasn't feeling good. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to have a chill night. And so I had a chill night with the wife instead. And we're getting super busy lately. She's, working a lot of mad hours at her job, and I'm training to do a job similar to hers. And so our free time is less and less. And when we do get it, we like to get a little bit high and watch some Dexter. We're in season 6, I think, or season 7. Season 7. Yeah. You want to get stoned? Get stoned.
Well, I got that.
Yeah, I know. That. You can send me some of that if you want. I don't think you can legally, but
Yeah, if I could, I would. But
well, not through the U.S. mail, but they can send seeds. They send you seeds all the time.
yeah. You check out the Attitude Seed Bank, did you?
Yeah, I haven't ordered yet though.
But like I said, you got to click on the American flag to get U.S. dollars. If not,
Yeah.
they'll put it up in euros.
Mm-hmm. I heard that. But I'm just saying they ship it, right? So I don't think you can ship it through the United States Postal Service. I think that they still are going to say no. But I do think that there's some sort of leeway, I think, at least with seeds anyway, with other shipping.
They can ship seeds legally.
No, they can't even do that with the U.S. Postal. Remember? I had that one guy like last year that wanted to send me some seeds, and he did. And then I got a letter in my post office box saying that it had been seized because it was, not allowed in the United States Postal Service. And did I want to fight it or not? I'm like, no, I don't know what this crazy guy's sending me. Shit.
Well, I thought he was sending some bud too.
Mm-mm. As far as I know, it was just seeds. Maybe he did. Maybe he did. I don't know. I
I thought
wasn't.
he said he was sending you some bud too.
That would have been awesome. Maybe you should have used something other than the U.S. Postal Service, like fucking FedEx or something.
Well, hell, I remember back in the 80s, a friend of mine worked for UPS, and he said he knew damn well he delivered a bunch of freaking weed or something for drugs up by the university one day. He said they looked at that when that little package came in the mail. He said they were all happy as hell.
I bet they were. We're getting high tonight. Well, shit. Yeah, I need to get into the growing, but I got too many pots on the fire right now.
I'm telling you, if you're gonna get into the growing, and you're gonna be growing inside,
It's got to be inside right now.
get
Because
the auto.
apparently, looking into Arizona state law, I have to have a medical card to legally be able to grow shit.
Yeah,
Some bull crap.
because
They don't. It's recreational now, motherfucker. But you don't want it to be grown as recreational because then it takes away from you spending your money over at the dispensary paying their tax.
well, it used to be here I could have 6 plants flowering, 12 plants vegging, and unlimited seedlings under like a foot tall.
Well, see, Zeus
Now,
knows what to do. He says you need to put it in a cereal box and ship it through a shipping company, not UPS or USPS. Sorry, go ahead.
but we no shit. Now I lost track.
Sorry.
Of oh, he says the 12-hour autoflower would be the way to go.
12-hour auto flower?
Yep.
Wasn't it the Blue Dream Extreme that you were talking to Nugs about? Because that's what she remembers, and we were about to buy it. Oh, excuse me, I got the hiccups. There we go.
Blue Dream's pretty good.
Yeah.
But
Said it was an intermediate grow.
there's just so many different ones out there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the best one I found for an autoflower that I really like the taste of. It stoned the living hell out of me. I got 2 ounces of bud off in it. And it was an Iranian OG.
Is that something I could find on this store?
You may be able to. Because I bought the clones from, well, one of our medical places. And it was something that they carried. It tasted awesome. Like I said, it only grew up about 2 feet high, but it looked like one of them big those old cactuses you see on the cartoons.
All right.
It was all coleuses, almost like that little cactus.
Huh. Oh shit. Yeah, I don't even know. There's just too much.
If that plant would have been 6 feet high, it probably would have weighed 3 pounds.
Yeah, I don't know. I definitely we gotta stop buying weed, dude. It's like it's like $80 a week. At some point, like, I just need to buy the grow kit and be done with it. But now that we've fully acclimated our weed smoking abilities or whatever, of course we consume more now. I'm just trying to think, how many plants do I need to grow to completely not have to buy any more from the store and be, 100% self-sufficient?
Okay. How much do you smoke?
We smoke about 3 bowls a day.
What's that come to in quantity over a week?
Oh, 3 bowls a day. I'd say it's about 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 a half ounce a week, maybe.
Half ounce a week. So you're looking at 2 ounces a month. If you're doing the 12-hour autoflower, what you'd want to do is start a new set of seeds about every 3.5 weeks. That way you can keep the cycle going.
Okay, wait a minute. Let's say I get how many plants do I'm starting with one, you said, right? Because I'm gonna be then staggering them.
You're going to start with 3,
3. Okay.
and you're going to stagger them with 3. 3 more,
Okay.
about a month behind them. And then about a month behind them, you'll have 3 more.
Okay.
Because the autoflowers take anywhere from 90 to 95 days to finish.
What up, Zeus? Over here with Grow 2 and keep clones and Dixie cups. Yep.
From start to finish.
Yeah. So every month though, about once a month.
So every month you'd be harvesting 3 plants.
And that's about enough to keep us going at a half ounce a week.
Oh, plenty.
Right on. I don't mind having a little extra. I mean, that's no big deal.
Yeah,
We got jars.
You'd probably end up with about 2 ounces extra, really.
Really? That much
Yeah.
more? All right on.
Yeah.
Boy, the bots are out tonight.
That ain't much if you think about it, though.
Oops.
If you wanted to, you could sit down and smoke quite a bit. It's like I used to tell Brenda, I said, yeah, I smoke an ounce a week. Monday through Saturday, I smoke an eighth a day, and Sunday, I smoke a nickel.
Sorry, Zeus. I didn't mean to delete your comment.
She goes, why do you smoke a nickel on Sundays? I says, that's race day.
Yeah, refresh me. A nickel. That's a quarter ounce, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You smoke a quarter ounce in one day?
Easily.
Oh my God. What race is this that you're watching that you want to be that fucking stoned for? I need to know this answer right now.
Hey, I get to laugh, but the crash is better.
Oh, you talking about stock car racing?
Yeah.
NASCAR, right?
Yeah.
All right. I guess it would make watching the boring parts better, right? You're like, come on, 13. Come on, lucky number 13. There was right there. Just trolling them the whole damn time, stoned out of your brain.
I went to Martinsville one time. Me, my stepson Jason, his first wife, and his 2 youngest kids, and me and the wife took a road trip. So it was basically 2 nights in motels going down, 2 nights in motels coming back.
Yeah.
And
that sucks for you. You guys don't get NASCAR in Maine, do you? I mean, like, they don't have a track in Maine, do they?
Well, not an official NASCAR track, but we do have a Busch North Series track. So we do get like Harvick up here racing, Kyle Busch.
Nice.
A bunch of them down Oxford Plains for the Oxford 250. And the track in New Hampshire is 212 miles from my driveway to their driveway.
It's cool though. We have the Phoenix Raceway, so I mean, we get NASCAR here, I think, once a year.
Well, they were just practicing in Phoenix the other day.
Yeah.
And they had free admission into the stands to watch.
Oh, I didn't know that. Shit. Man, I need to get more into that. Like, going to the races was like something me and my dad would always do. That was always fun. Of course, I love the demolition derbies and the figure 8 racings. Those are my favorite as a kid. You know, even over the monster trucks, I was like, nah, give me demo derby. And I wanted to get into it so bad. And then I was talking to somebody recently that had been in demolition derby races. And I'm like, all right, I want to get some knowledge, right? He's like, don't do it. It's all rigged. Like, they're all cheating. They're all cheating, dude. Every one of them is cheating.
Well, yeah. Like, some of the rules are just stupid.
No, but I mean, they're legitimately, you know, the whole idea of putting cement in the trunk. They fucking do that. They do things that are against the rules.
If you get caught doing that, you get disqualified.
Yeah, but some of them know some of the judges, though, you know? It's an open secret. Like, everybody knows it. Everybody does it.
Well-
Everybody's trying to get away with it. And for me, it's like, I like to play by the rules more. You know what I mean?
Well, there was one year at the Bangor State Fair. My cousin had entered the demolition derby, and a friend of ours that was in it. So I was supposed to be on their pit crew to help work on the cars. And then an old farmer guy that we know that lives over in Corinth. He was there. He had a car, and his driver for the car never showed up. So he asked me if I wanted to run the car out there. So I said, sure, what the hell? Didn't have nothing better to do. So the heat I was in, I won the heat on the first one. So I made it into the final round. The final round, I was down to the last three. And when I took one of those two guys out, I took myself out. My car was still running, but I blew the transmission lines, and she wouldn't move.
Yeah, I never got into that as much as I'd like to have. Maybe I still can, but it's going to be like, I'll be behind everybody else. It'll be for fun, though, not a job. Because I was thinking, you know, how expensive could it be, right? Like if you do a demo race, you get a couple cars, most likely junkers. You tune them up, you get them running, you do some modifications to them, but basically they just last until they die, and usually you can repair them between races or between matches even, and get them back running and shit.
But a lot of places, if you sign they'll have you ask you if you want to sign the car over to them.
Yeah. Yeah. If you win, especially, right? Or
even if you don't, before the demolition derby, they ask you.
Right, but if you're cheating, you're not going to sell your car, right?
Well, they'll haul it off if you lose, so that way you ain't gonna haul the piece of shit off.
Right. Well, I've seen a lot of people haul their cars off that lost and still get them up and running for another race some other time.
Oh yeah, my cousin used to.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good way to save money, I suppose. I mean, these wrecked cars, you're either getting them for free just because you know somebody, but if you're paying for them, you're paying probably $500-$600 for a wreck.
We used to buy these $100-$200 fucking beaters.
Well, the price has gone up since then. I know. We sold a beater. She had a Ford Taurus. I think it was like a 92 Taurus. It was a piece of fucking junk, and we could not sell it for our life. And finally, a guy talked us down to $500, and we asked him, like, "What are you gonna do with it?" He's like, "It's gonna be a demo car." I'm like, "Holy shit, yes!" Just needs to run, because he didn't care that it had all its problems. We're like, here's all the problems. I don't care. Don't care. Why don't you care? It's gonna be a demo car.
I'm gonna pop all the glass out of it, run into demolition derby, so it don't matter as long as it moves.
Yep, and that's exactly what it was. And he peeled off, actually, which I never saw that car peel out. And he peeled out of the driveway, and I was like, holy crap. That's gonna be a badass little demo car. Hell yeah. I wish we could have went and watched it. Actually, that would have been really cool.
But it's been 24, 25 years since I was in that demolition derby. And I'll tell you, that night I felt great.
Yeah.
The next morning, I couldn't move.
No?
Every muscle in my body was hurting. But your adrenaline's pumped up so much during that, you don't notice it.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, hell, we got drunk, so we didn't really care.
All right.
Notice it, and went home, went to bed, woke up the next day, and it's like, holy shit.
I don't know. If everybody cheats, then I guess it is the rules, even if it's not the written rules, I guess, right?
Yeah. Like I said, like the Bangor one, they used to try to limit you on how much fuel you could have in your vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Like you'd only have 2.5 gallons.
Right. They're safety reasons.
Yeah. Well, safety reasons, my ass, you want to do it, so I run my ass in the middle of this son of a bitch.
Yeah. All of a sudden, everybody switches to Priuses. You know what I mean? That'd be hilarious.
I'd be the one showing up with the old LTD Crown Vic.
Yeah.
Say, take this Prius, motherfucker.
I don't know. They all swarm you. It's gonna be hard to get a move on them. You know. They're
But that's
little.
all right,
You know, they're small.
Yeah, but if you had one of them old Caprices or
You know,
an old Crown Vic, you could destroy them.
you know what would even be better is be a promoter. Promote it, right? Be a promoter and put the show on, because I have already a couple ideas. How about having all Mini Coopers or all smart cars? Yeah, all smart cars. A demo derby of just smart cars.
The problem is,
That shit would be hilarious.
it would be hilarious, but your average guy couldn't afford to do it.
Yeah. No, smart cars are cheap, dude. Brand new, they're like $8,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. That the Mini Cooper, that would be a stretch. That one's a little bit up there, but no, the smart car is fucking cheap as shit.
I was gonna say Mini Cooper's right around fucking 18 to 23.
Yeah. Smart car's like 8 to 10,000 depending on the features. And you can, I don't know about used, but you know, you can always get something used for cheaper.
Fuck it. Leave him alone.
I would pay good money for a smart car demo. I'm just saying.
Well, our local racetrack's called Speedway 95. Just a little 3rd-mile track. It's up near Dice Arts in Herman.
All right.
Well, every year at the end of the year, they usually have a demolition derby in like the last couple weeks of the season. And I've got a buddy of mine that, well, he did the body work on a car, had it all looking good and shit, sent it over to his brother, which is a mechanic, to get the car inspected and put an inspection sticker on it. His brother put it up on the lift, brought it back down, looked at his brother, said, crush it. Goes the frame shot. So he said, hell with it, put it in the demolition derby, and won that demolition derby with it.
Recycle, reuse, reduce.
Yeah.
And who said car guys can't be environmentally friendly? I need to change the tags on these videos. I still have it as Kyle Rittenhouse and Pure Blood. What up, 4 peeps watching? How are y'all doing? My name is Stinger. That is Gerald B. This is the Green Dragon. You're more than welcome to join us if you want to. If you want to just bullshit, if you got something to talk about, I don't care. It's an open forum. The link is the pinned comment.
Move it.
We got about, at max, another 45 minutes. So.
Well, it's still snowing out. Okay, just looking at my battery. I'm all set another 45 minutes.
Yeah, that's about right at max. What do you got coming up that you're excited for? Anything?
Spring.
Yeah. I can see that.
I'm done with this cold shit. I'm ready for it to get up to about 70.
Yeah. It's 55 degrees right now outside. Let's see how warm it's going to be tomorrow, because it's going to be close to 70.
It's about 29 out here. And the snowflakes are still dropping. But they're bigger flakes and they're dropping a lot slower rate. At this rate, they might build up a 1/4 inch every 2 hours.
We're not going to reach 70. We're only going to get to 66. Sunday, we will get to 72, though. So, and then 75, then 80. Oh, my God.
Fuck you.
It's gonna be warm. I'm gonna have to turn on the AC, dude. It's gonna be hot.
Hey, it warmed up to 41 here
Yeah.
yesterday.
We've already had a couple days where I had to turn on the AC. It was so warm. I was like, damn, isn't it supposed to be winter?
Hell, I haven't. My furnace hasn't taken a break in the past
I don't
week.
doubt it. I don't doubt it one bit, dude. You live in the Arctic almost.
You just kicked on again, for Christ's sakes.
So what temperature you have yours to set to? Like if you took an ambient temperature reading of the room.
It's set for 72.
Ooh, that's cold. So when
Not really,
here's a fun fact that not too many people know.
but because you figure heat rises,
All right.
so upstairs gets to about 78.
All right. That's more respectable.
And that's where we sleep. So
Right.
that's where the TV is.
So when I'm not high, temperature is temperature. I still like it at about 76 degrees. That's usually where it's set at during the day. But as soon as I get high, dude, I get cold. I don't know what it is, but I get chilled to the bone where I'm shivering. I can put it up to 80, and I've done it a few times, and I still am shivering. I'm so cold to the bone.
Holy shit. You see, it works the opposite for me.
Hmm.
If I'm real cold, smokable, I warm up.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's from the heat, from the smoke going in.
Well, yeah, it definitely warms up my throat, especially well, I call it the crappier the weed, but there are different strains of even their premium shit that affects my throat differently. I am not a fan of one that, hurts the lungs or the throat because first of all, I don't like smoking it. I do smoke it because it's the most convenient and the most bang for your buck, but I got lung issues, dude. I don't want to smoke no more. I quit smoking, damn it.
Use your water bong, put ice water in it.
Well, yeah, our bong that we have has the filtration, it has like a 3-tier filtration, water filtration. And then it has a place for an ice cube, but the damn thing is so narrow that you got to melt the ice cube like half to its half of its size and even to get it in there.
See, that's why I use crushed ice.
Yeah, that would work. We don't have crushed ice. Go crush some ice.
You ain't got one of them little things on your refrigerator door?
I have never owned a refrigerator that had an ice machine ever.
Mine's got one, but it ain't hooked up.
I don't know how I've done that. I've rented my entire life, and the one time that we did own a place, we had to have propane powered refrigerator. So fucking icebox, you're not gonna have that.
Yeah.
And those things are expensive. Anyway, yeah, I've never had one. I'd love, not even in an apartment. I would love to have one. I think it would be awesome.
I never plumbed ours in.
No. Well, you should. They're cool, I hear. Every time I've used one in somebody else's house, I'm just amazed. I'm like, fuck, what am I doing with my life? Why am I still buying ice trays and making my own ice? Or buying it at the store, which we've had to do a few times.
Oh, what I found here, we can go to McDonald's and buy it.
Mm-hmm.
They charge us like $2.25 or $2.50 a bag, but it's a 10-pound bag.
Yeah.
And if you go to the store and buy it, you get a 5-pound bag.
Yeah, so around here they used to have 10-pound bags, and now they have 7-pound bags because they still charge the same amount, but you can't get the 10-pound no more. Now it's a 7-pound.
Oh yeah, it's just shrinking.
Yeah. Wow, what kind of a percent of a penny is that per bag? It's fucking frozen water, dude. And some plastic.
Well, you got to remember that the plastic price has gone up.
Yeah.
The energy price has probably gone up through the roof to run the freezer.
Question of the day. Tactical Nugs wants to know the question of the day. Well, it's kind of late in the episode to do that, but we were talking about different kind of game to eat. So What's the kind of game that you want to eat or have eaten that you were like wanting to eat? Right. So for me, one of them would have been crocodile. Always wanted to try crocodile, but I don't like seafood and I don't like gamey food either. And I don't like slimy textures. So I have a lot of issues here. But I manned up and I tried some deep fat fried alligator. It was chewy, rubbery, did not like the consistency, but the flavor wasn't as bad as I was expecting. It was more mild and hardly any flavor at all. But I won't be eating it again, but check, I did that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I tried alligator once.
Yeah.
They had it, and it was fried.
Yeah.
Like you said, I tried it, been there, done that. Don't need to go back
Yeah.
and do that again. But I thought it was real strong on the fishy taste.
Really, I didn't notice that. And I'm really sensitive to the fishy taste because I really don't like fish. I don't eat fish. I've been trying to eat more fish lately just because I know it's a mental block and not a actual. I don't like the flavor. It's kind of like something that was. I think it was when I was a kid. I got a bone in a fish that I was served, and I just then equated, getting stabbed in the mouth with a bone of a fish to fish in general, and I'm never eating fish again. And therefore, boom, as an adult, I hate fish. Don't ever want to eat fish. So I'm trying to get past that. No,
See, I like fish.
yeah.
Like as far as saltwater fish goes, haddock's pretty good. Cod's pretty good.
Right.
Tuna's really good.
Now, see, here's the problem. Here's the whole
Swordfish
thing.
steak.
Here's the whole thing, though. It's stupid, right? And this is why I know it's a mental thing. Like, even after that had happened, I still ate tuna fish. I just didn't like other fish. I didn't like, fried fish. I didn't like anything. If I did, I had to have a ton of tartar sauce. But tuna fish sandwich? Oh, yeah, I could eat that. And that's one of the more fishy flavored fish.
All right, well, you can buy tuna steaks.
Yeah.
Those on the grill are awesome.
Well, now that I recognized it, though, now I actually taste the fishiness of tuna fish, and now I don't like it. Then that's why I know it's a mental thing, and that's why I'm trying to, get over it here and there. And I do eat fish now and then, but it's a dumb thing. I don't know. When you're a kid, it's so impressionable sometimes. Nugs would like to try moose, and I haven't tried a fish I don't like. Oh, yeah. She does like fish. Maybe that's why she's with the Pisces.
Like for your freshwater fish, we've got a freshwater whitefish that's in really cold, deep lakes here in Maine. Freshwater cusk or burbot. Them things are just butt ugly. They look like something like a an Atlantic cod, except they're freshwater fish.
Huh.
Those are pretty good. And I'll eat trout and salmon. That's about it for the freshwater.
Yeah, I've been wanting to like salmon. I haven't found that I can yet. Salmon, I even tried it cooking it different ways, making sure that I, had a good version of a salmon. And I mean, Nugs loves salmon. She absolutely loved the salmon that we made. It's the best she's ever had. And I'm like, okay, we followed a good recipe. The person that, I got the recipe from is trustworthy because we tried other dishes from them before and it worked. And this, sure enough, this one worked and she's absolutely loving it. And I take them in a bite and I'm like, nope. So it's definitely not that it was a bad salmon. It's just salmon flavor for me is extra fishy for some reason.
See, I like Atlantic salmon, but I'm not so crazy about the ones over from the West Coast.
Oh yeah, Alaskan, because I think that's always what we got was the Alaskan.
Yeah. If you can find Atlantic salmon, which they fish farm them everywhere,
Right.
Try some salmon steaks on the grill. Just put some butter on them.
Yeah.
Some butter, and when they're done, a little squeeze of lemon, and that's it.
We might have to.
They're awesome that way. I wouldn't do the fillet on the grill, but I would do the salmon steaks.
What up, OMG? How are you? You caught us kind of closing out. We only got about less than a half an hour left.
Hey, don't you have a smoker?
Yeah, but not a great one. It's like the cheapest Next Grill smoker that you can get. It's like $100. The metal is super thin, and it's got such a small firebox that you got to keep it constantly going.
Yeah. Well, for salmon, it wouldn't take long anyway.
Yeah. Actually, go ahead.
Because
Sorry.
you're going to be heating it up. You'd want to run the salmon under a hot smoke anyway to cook it. So
I don't even have to smoke it now. Get this. When we were going, we like to go to like Goodwill's and St. Vinny's and stuff like that. We went to this other one. It wasn't any of those. It was like a mom and pop one. But we were going through there and we saw this smoker gun that the guy that we'd gotten all these recipes for other things from, that he had done a review on, and it was like new in box. This thing was like $300 brand new, and I'm like, I ain't paying that. There ain't no way for a smoke, because it doesn't actually smoke whatever you put in it. It only gives the smoke flavor.
Yeah.
But it's still it's good enough, right? It gives you a little smoke. It takes 5 seconds. You got a little smoke flavor on whatever you smoked. And I wasn't going to pay no $300, but they were charging $5 for it. So we had to pick that up.
How does it work?
It, for what it is, it's not bad. It actually works pretty decent. It's definitely not as good as the smoked chicken that I made out on the smoker, for sure. You know, and if I can just, if it's a quick smoke, the fish, I don't know how long you're talking about smoking, but if it smokes pretty quick, then like 2 hours or less, then I can do a 2 hour or less smoking that for sure.
Yeah, that probably. Oh, like you said, if you're running a heat smoke, hour and a half maybe for the salmon steak, depending on the thickness.
Yeah, I don't have really good thermometers for my smoker either, because you know it's a cheap piece of shit. But
with the salmon, you'll know it anyway. As soon as it starts to flake apart, it's done.
Yeah. OMG wants a still. You want to make your own booze? Yeah, hell yeah. When I was a kid, that was something I always wanted to do. I was very entranced with moonshiners. I think it was because I was a big fan of the Dukes of Hazzard. And that must have gotten me down that rabbit hole of, moonshining. I think that might be it.
Hey, remember Lowbuck Prepper?
Oh, yeah.
He used to use a water distiller to distill out his moonshine.
Oh, yeah?
Or as he called it, meat tenderizer.
Yeah, that's the great thing about the internet nowadays, dude. You got brewery shops. I've been to brewery shops. They have all the equipment to do it yourself at home. Even if you don't live in the city, you can order it online. So you can make your own booze. You can make your own corn whiskey. Like it's very easy, I think, nowadays to get into a still or into alcohol making.
Oh, it's really easy. Heck, I've got everything here to make the beer except for the ingredients. I mean, as far as all the equipment needed.
Yeah, I got into fermenting foods, and just by that, I would go to those alcohol, beer places where they sell all the equipment, because a lot of the equipment is the same for food fermenting, and I was utilizing a lot of their airlocks and stuff like that. So I'd go over there, and every time I'm like, man, they had full-on steels on display, copper, tubing, the spiral down, and the whole bit. And I'm like, holy shit, I want this in my life, right? But yeah, the knowledge is there. I pretty much have most of it just from fermenting foods.
Well, I bought the brewer's kit from at a yard sale. Somebody bought it. They run a batch of homebrew through it. It didn't turn out like they was hoping, so they said hell with it and sold it.
Yeah.
And I think I paid like $8 for it.
Telling you, there's a good one. How about that? We'll change the question of the day. The question of the day now is, what's the best deal you ever got on something?
You know our best deal.
Was it the pink baby, or was it Jesus? The pink Jesus?
Yeah.
So get this, we were in a Goodwill. I had decided that we were gonna, try to buy things used and resell them online and make a little extra scratch, right? And we did. We kind of dropped off, but we profited off of it. We didn't lose any money. But this one time I'm in the store and I see this pink Jesus statue. I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird. So I pick it up and I'm looking it over, turn it around or whatever. And all of a sudden, on the bottom of it, I see this little thing coming up with blue liquid. It's a magic 8-ball Jesus. You ask Jesus a question, you flip him upside down, and you get your answer. I'm like, okay, that's unique. And anytime you find something unique, you should maybe look it up. So we have our phones, we're looking it up. Sure enough, on eBay, one had sold for like $250 with a box, though. This did not have the box, it was just the pink Jesus. So we're like, you know what? What's the word? They're charging us $5 for it. What, we're going to get $50 or $100 instead of, $300? That's fine. And so we put it up on eBay. The fucker sold for how much?
$275.
$275. It got bid up to $275 without a box. Just something we found for $5.
That's not bad.
Nope, that was a great flip.
The best one I can think of is me and my cousin were selling firewood, and the Trenton Lobster Pound called us up and they wanted some hardwood slab wood, and we were giving it to them for $100 a cord, and we were paying like $7 a cord for it. We'd have to go down, load the truck up. We load 2 cord on a long wheelbase 1 ton, haul it up there. As we get it unloaded, they come out with dinners for us.
Oh, wow. And food?
Lobster dinner.
Damn, how long did you have that scheme for?
Oh, shit. We did that a few years.
Did they figure it out or what?
No, the owner sold out to someone else, and the other guy just started buying tree length wood and cutting it up and splitting it there and seasoning it. What he did was, when he had a bunch of tree length hauled in out there and cut it up and stored it. Then we had another deal going where we had to make these little like campfire bundles. A little bundle of wood about that big around.
Right.
We do those up for the Lucerne Inn because all their rooms had fireplaces in them and stuff. And they'd take all the bundles we could bring them. We drop them off a couple hundred bundles a week and get $2 a bundle from them. They were selling them to the guests for $3 a bundle. It weren't bad. Me and my cousin together, we could each do up 100 bundles in about 4 hours.
It's a nice little profit for sure.
Yep. Make for a good Friday afternoon paycheck.
I wonder how much that is per hour, you think?
Yeah, back then it was about $25 an hour.
Did they load up for you? And did they unload for you?
We had
Did you load
they
it
had
up?
a little wood shed that we back right into and just stack it.
So, yeah, but you had to stack it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right off the back of the truck, right
Right.
right in the back of a pickup truck.
Right, but when you delivered it, did the people you were delivering it to unhaul it, or did you unhaul it?
What's
Take it off the truck.
Oh, we took it off the truck, stacked it in there.
All right, so you put it on, you took it off.
Yeah, but
Right.
that only took us 15 minutes.
Well, I know, but it's still technically work, right? I mean, your time is valuable. If you're making $25 an hour each, yeah, that's pretty good for back in the day.
Yeah.
For that kind of work, it only takes you 15 minutes to load, 15 minutes to unload.
Yeah, take us more time tying the bundles up.
Yeah, and driving there and back. That ain't no
Yeah.
hard work. That's just, you got to do it.
Well, driving there and back was only a 2-beer ride each way.
It's too pure.
I wasn't driving.
No, that ain't bad at all. I mean, for the amount of work, because really the labor is loading it and unloading it. That's where the most physical labor is.
Yeah.
And if that's a half an hour out of the day, and you're making 25 an hour or whatever, however long that takes out of a day, that ain't nothing.
Like I said, that was usually our Friday afternoon job. Every Friday, we bring them up a couple hundred bundles.
Right on. Yeah, too bad you couldn't get something like that going all week long.
Yeah. Well, we could bring them up at bundles whenever we wanted to. They said we could fill that woodshed up completely if we wanted to.
Wow.
But, well, we did fill it one time, but it took forever for them to get it down underneath so we could bring some more. We figured out after that, only leave it about half full. That way we could bring some down whenever we wanted to.
I kind of find it a little bit funny. Everybody's been on YouTube lately talking about "I told you so's" or "this is happening, your rights are getting taken away here, taken away there." And I bring up a dragon. I even gave a little bit of warning on this one. And nobody well, I mean, you come, obviously. Thank you very much, Gerald. But I mean, like, other people don't show up as well. I mean, come on. Don't people have something to say? Don't people have something to comment? Have an opinion on this whole situation? I kind of wonder if it's people are like, oh, I don't want to put my name out there, because, then I'll be associated with these crazy people because I think the end times is coming, and whatever. But yet there's still, I hope we get more people next week.
Well, I've got a chance to pick up a couple of 12 gauges right now.
Yeah?
One's a Mossberg 88, and the other one's an old single shot 12 gauge.
Right on.
I'm thinking about grabbing that single shot so I can get it cheap. Well, it ain't cheap; it's $100, but
it's not bad. That's not bad at all. For something that shoots $100 and it shoots, that's good.
I could get the Mossberg 88 for $100.50.
Yeah. So for us, we're going to be hopefully planning another range trip here in the next month. I'm hopeful. I just met up with a friend I hadn't met up with for like a couple of years, and he just got his first pistol, and he's trying to get the wife a little bit more comfortable with it. So he hasn't shot it yet, and so we're going to try to plan a shooting trip and go all out, get the Tannerite going, and bring out all the big toys. So for the next few weeks, I'm going to be buying ammo like a motherfucker because I'm still not, I haven't really replenished since the last one, so I'm a little low.
Good luck. Oh, you got ammo over
Yeah,
here.
we got ammo over here. We don't have no limits last time I checked, but it's been a few weeks, so you never know what happens with the supply and demand. But hopefully, I'm going to probably go to the gun store tomorrow, actually, and see what they got in stock. I just got to figure the finances out and see how much we can afford because we just upgraded my computer, which allowed Nugs to finally finish her computer, which is running in the background, which she's absolutely in love with. And I think it's a better PC than mine, actually. It's so small. But at least it's done.
It's still snowing out.
Yep. It's Maine still.
Yep. See, I've noticed I can find Full Metal Jacket around here, but I can't find any hunting ammo.
For me, I'm not hunting right now. I'm just looking for something cheap to shoot so that people can have a good time. And hopefully we can turn somebody who's nervous about guns into somebody who's a little bit more educated and knowledgeable.
What is it for a handgun?
The price of a handgun?
No, that they're shooting.
Oh, I have no idea. Well, I know it's a Ruger. right? So that's the gun he bought. That's the gun that I'm gonna take tables, chairs, fucking awning, or whatever I'm gonna take because we're gonna spend the fucking day out there. I'm gonna show him how to break it down, how to clean it, how to put it back together, how to handle it safe, go over all the rules. You know, he's brand new gun owner, brand fucking new, hasn't ever shot it. He's shot guns before. I've taken him shooting before, so he knows some of this already. But just kind of go back over it as you're going through the breakdown and the reassemble, obviously.
Yeah, but what kind of Ruger did he get?
I have no idea. I asked him, and he's like, "I don't know. It's a 9mm." I'm like, "Is it a SR 19 or what is it SR 1911, or is it the P95?" And he's like, "I don't know." Okay, well, we'll find out when I get there, I guess.
Yeah.
I ain't worried about it. I know my way around a Ruger. Shit, I've been around Ruger all my life, pretty
I
much.
was gonna say, or could it be that little Blackhawk they made that shoots 38s, 357s, and 9mm?
I don't know if that's the one my dad had. I know he had a Ruger that did the 357s, and it was
It came with a
Blackhawk, I
separate
believe.
9mm barrel chamber.
Chamber, yeah.
Cylinder. Yeah.
It might have. My dad was into that kind of geeky shit, and he worked there for a while, so he might have. I'll never know now.
I just looked at a Heritage pistol at a pawn shop the other day. It was a brand new one.
Oh, one of those 22 revolvers?
Yeah. It had the 22 cylinder and the 22 Magnum cylinder.
Yeah, I got one of those. Well, I had one of those. It's my daughter, so I gave it to her when I went up to Wisconsin. She's of age now. You know, might as well.
That was $219.
Yep, that's about right. I got mine for $150 used, and I would never I got it. I didn't notice it because, I was still kind of new to guns at that point, and that was the first revolver I'd bought. But apparently somebody had filed down the front blade sight.
Mm.
Don't know why, but they did, and they reblued it and everything, so I didn't notice it for a long time, but that thing was the most inaccurate piece of shit, I thought, for a very long time. Until we realized you have to hold way the fuck down, man.
Well, they probably did that for a quick draw.
Maybe. Quick draw of a 20.
So the sight wouldn't hang up on the holster.
Yeah, maybe. You know what? I never thought of that. Shit. For a 20, I guess maybe that's what they use for show or something. Who knows?
That was a point and shoot gun, not an aim and shoot.
Yeah. No, that makes a lot of fucking sense. I'm gonna have to tell my daughter about that. I bet you that's what it was. Just shoot it from the hip, Hunt. You're about to buy a 1911 OMG? For fuck's sake, don't you have enough of those? I'm not anywhere close to buying any new guns. I still got to finish the builds that I told you guys I was building all the. It takes a long time for me to go through a build if you didn't notice. The 308 is still where it's at. I got it all drilled out. I've got a few parts, but I don't have enough to even put the lower together, let alone the upper. And I got so many other things that require money that has been put on a back burner big time.
You might want to pick up some of them parts right off before you can.
Yeah, they keep saying that, but if I don't get a 308, or if I have to go through other means to get it, that's fine. You know what? I don't care. I ain't gonna get anything that I have to be on paper for. But I got enough stuff that I need. If I need,
See,
I can get myself to a 308.
I love the 308 for deer hunting.
I know.
But like you said, you can't find any hunting ammo around here.
Yeah, and I think the stuff that I've seen around me was full metal, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's what this is, full metal. This is M80 on it.
Yeah.
149 grain, full metal jacket. But hell, these boxes you can't even open up to look at them without tearing the box.
Yeah.
They glued them shut all the way around.
Why don't they want us to see their ammunition?
Military pack, that's why.
I mean, I almost have to every time I buy ammo just to make sure that it's decent, you know, or that,
Yeah,
especially if it's ammo that I haven't bought before, or brand I haven't bought before. New brand, I will definitely look at it. If I've never bought that type of ammunition of that, you know, caliber before, like all of a sudden I'm buying a brand new brass cased AK-47 ammunition, I'm looking at that bitch.
yeah.
If it's fucking Tula ammo, nah. I just throw it in the cart. I don't care. It is what it is.
Because the way I look at the Full Metal Jacket, it's great for shooting paper. But as far as killing goes, it's more apt to wound than kill.
Yeah.
I
For
don't want something
sure.
that's gonna expand and tear something up when it goes through it.
Faster the better.
It's like they say, hollow points when you care enough to send the very best.
Dude, I researched and I watched tons of videos and other, you know, files on the internet and shit and found the carry ammo for me. I had, you know, a top 5 and then a top 3 and I originally, you know, eventually figured out my favorite and I bought like 500 rounds of it, so I fully invested in it. So anybody that gets anything from me, I did the research. Is this a kill you
Yeah.
quick?
You see, like my 30-06, my preferred load for that is 165 grain bullet.
Right.
For that, you got your deer covered, your bear, your moose. Sure, elk would fall into that category.
Right.
And like I said, with a 30-06 and 165 grain core lock, there ain't nothing in Maine that you couldn't take down. And same with the 308. If you run 165 grain in it instead of the 150, that'll move you up to black bear and moose territory.
I don't know enough about ballistics and bullet weight, I guess, for that. Not for
Heavy,
the bullet
heavier
coefficient
bullet
of
means deeper penetration.
right. Is it just the height it has to get through for the penetration part of that?
Yeah, you got to get through some muscle. Once in a while, you got to go punch through a bone.
Right.
But I want something that's going to have an exit wound on the other side that's bigger around than it was going in on the first side. That way, you've got a good blood trail, blood coming out of both sides of the animal.
Right. You don't go for headshots?
If it's standing still like a moose, I'll hit them right.
You get more
Just-
meat that way, I know that.
just below the head, right there in the neck.
Yeah.
Snap their spine, drop them right in their tracks.
Yeah, I forget who told me that, but yeah, it wasn't too long ago. Somebody was talking. Yeah, I always go for the head. It's easier. They just drop. I don't have to chase them.
Nowhere. If they're standing still, that's easy.
You're thinking about a 10 millimeter 1911. Can I interest you in the Dan Wesson Cobra is it the C-Bob? So the 1911 that I have that you've seen, that 1911, I don't know why I'm trying to call it the Cobra Classic. It's the Dan Wesson C-Bob. You can get that in 45 ACP or 10 millimeter, and I almost bought it in 10 millimeter. I just decided that I already had 500 rounds of 45 self-defense ammunition, and I don't want to now try to find a good 10 millimeter self-defense load. So, but that would be cool. I'd definitely be jelly of that. I'd love to get into the 10 millimeter game, but right now it's the no-go.
I thought of the 10 millimeter, but then I figured there was a reason that it lost popularity so quick. It was just afraid you wouldn't be able to find ammo for them.
Well, it was because everybody was buying them up. Yeah, I don't know now. Shit, when I first was thinking about them, they were still the kind of out of the cool kid crowd gun that you'd see some
Yeah.
YouTubers talking about, but not very many. Yeah. So I had an opportunity at one time to get, one, but it's like, I don't know. I was still kind of worried about the recoil and the price of the round, not being able to not find it, but the amount of money per round because it's extra money. Because you can't get the neutered shit, You got to get the overpowered was it Underwood ammo that was like like legitimate 10 millimeter from the olden days when they first implemented it. So obviously you got to get that,
Yeah, the Underwood penetrators.
Yeah, you got to get that shit. That ain't gonna be cheap. Now you got to worry about over penetration. Why did you have a 10 millimeter? Well, that would penetrate so many bodies. You just wanted to kill them all, didn't you?
Fucking right.
Exactly, right? And that's why, like, one of my precursors of self-defense ammunition was I wanted something that cops used. Well, why did you use that ammo? Well, police use it, and I figure whatever police use, probably pretty good for, me to use as well. If it's good enough for the cops, when they depend on it.
Yep.
Your pastor has a 10 Glock. Nice. Well, Gerald, I think I'm going to wrap it up. I need to use the restroom. So,
alrighty.
Let's say bye to everybody. You can find me again on my channel, Poison Stinger 2. Poison Stinger 1 is gone. But I will be on there next Wednesday, and we'll have another dragon next Friday. And we'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll get some interest. Maybe we won't. We'll see. But thanks for everybody that was in the chat and all the people that are promoting their porno sites. I appreciate you too. You keep the chat going. I hope you left a thumbs up as I banned your ass. I don't know.
All right. Catch you everybody later.
All right.